episode 448. Thank you all for listening to episode 447, The Guessing Game. I am Gray Lamarck with my co-host,
Bookie Bear.
And the non-flying parrot.
No, you should have been Parlay Parrot. You had the perfect opportunity to be Parlay Parrot. But we're going to be talking about betting. One of the new segments we're going to do is your bet of the week or bet of the night or something. We're going to talk about that. We're going to have some fun. So yeah, I think the second episode this week, we're just going to talk about betting in Ohio. That's probably what it'll be this week. So we'll get into that here in the next episode on Sunday. So those of you that were waiting for Hogan versus Warrior, sorry, we got to push it back another week. But we got to thank some people. Thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on the Twitter and Instagram @SongsByWes. Thank you to All Wear Clothing. Visit allwearclothing.com. Mention Overline Podcast, and he will hook you up with that deal. Thanks to Crandall Squad and Landscaping. Give Sean a call, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding areas and not.
FedEx Field, Washington, D.C.
That's a good place to get injured. Please, nobody get injured this week. Let's hope. So thank you, Sean. Thank you to Sparty Steve. And last but not least, Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
And make sure you get to datingtransformation.com and get that free consultation from Connell Barrett when you mention Over the Line Podcast. And also get to Amazon.com and buy his book if you haven't. Dating sucks, but you don't.
So a lot of stuff happened this past week. We got a lot of things going on today. So where do we jump into first, Bear? Golf?
Yeah, might as well.
Jump into Jolf.
Excited for that to start up again.
Well, it does this week.
Bow, bow, bow.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, we can bet on golf. Well, we'll talk about it. We got all this shit. We can bet on any of this shit, right?
I already got it.
You already talking about it? I love it.
It's right here. I already got it. I already got it. I already got my bet in for golf.
You already got your bet in. All right.
That's multiples.
I'll have to do that. What do you like best for betting with golf? What happened?
I did mine on BetMGM because I wanted to use my free bets.
Nice.
So right now, which I like betting wise, and also is going to be my pick this week is going to be Cam Young. It's a Century of Champions, so there's no cut this week. They have pretty much all the winners from last year are invited to this. Rory's not going to play. He just rest reasons. And right now, Xander Schauffele is sick. He pulled out of the Pro-Am today. They think he still can play, but he's kind of questionable right now, so he might not play either. I would also be sick if I was in Hawaii and just go lay on the beach to feel better.
It's easy to do.
Yeah, so scratch out Rory, no Rory this week. And again, possibly no Xander. So it kind of leaves you with obviously still a lot of big names, and your betting favorite still John Rahm. But this is a big course, wide open course, usually windy, but it really benefits the long hitters. It just always has. So this is really a course where you get someone who can hit the long ball. You don't really need to be a good putter because a lot of the greens are big funnels, and they like to keep the pins down there. So scoring this week will be pretty high, a lot of birdies. But my favorite bet of the week for golf, just golf only, is Cam Young to finish top 5. On BetMGM, you got that at plus 280.
Pretty solid.
So I put 50 on that one for a payout of 140 if it does hit. But Cam Young finished the year hot last year. He's a long ball guy. You lose one of the better players and maybe another one, so that kind of opens it up a little bit more to have someone like that, Cam Young, up there. But this could be the Cam Young breakout year. I think two guys who have a chance to have a breakout year this year, a bigger breakout year, would be Max Homa, and by bigger, I mean win a bigger tournament. He has one, and same with Cam Young. I could see Homa and Young winning some of those big tournaments this year, like a Players, maybe a major, maybe not quite, but like a WGC event, something like that. I could certainly see that happening with those two guys this year. So those are going to be my two guys to watch this year. But definitely favorite bet of the week is going to be Cam Young, top 5. I also have a bet in on Justin Thomas to win, $25 bet over on DraftKings Sportsbook. I think I got that at plus 1,000, I want to say. 1,000 or 1,100. So I'm either winning 250 or 275 on it, I think. So yeah. So those are my two bets for golf this week. Justin Thomas to win outright, Cam Young be top 5. And also you could always put Justin Thomas in the top 5 if you want, and you're still going to get plus odds on it.
I know I can't wait till next, in February when I can start betting on NASCAR.
Oh, it's going to be the best.
Gonna be awesome.
I'm actually really excited for that too, because I tend to guess really well in NASCAR.
When you do guess.
Right.
When you're here to bet. It's still funny that you do pretty well in the points, even when you don't pick.
Half the time, I know.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with a sleeper this week, but he plays well with the big guns and there's no cut. So I'm just going to take a guy. Give me KH Lee.
I like it.
Parrot, who you taking, you said?
I have, I'm going with Tom Kim. I took him in my bet too. I got him 28-1 to win. So I'm going with Tom Kim. And then I got him on a top 10 finish plus 260.
That's pretty solid odds, actually, plus 260 for him to finish top 10. The way he finished. If he plays as well as he does, yeah, I like that.
No, he's a young guy, and he keeps it up. He's gonna have a good career on the tour.
Yep, absolutely. So let's switch over real quick to NCAA. On our line picks last week, 9 and 7 for everybody. Parrot, Cody, me, Bear, Dub was 8 and 8. Still, good week for all of us on picks.
Can you share that really quick?
Yeah, I can. Let me share old screen. There we go.
There we go. Let's see. What do we? Anyway, lost on Florida State. They won, but they came back. UCLA blew it. Big time choke job. USC had a big time choke job. they should have covered.
That line there was only 2.
Yeah,
but they should have definitely covered.
I mean, yeah, USC totally 100% blew that game. But again, that's what happens when you got kids who are already paid and you got kids who actually have heart. That's usually when you give up 15 points in 5.5 minutes.
Why do you think TCU's there?
I mean, they absolutely got overlooked by Michigan. There's no doubt about it. But again, just like you said, they're going to struggle with Duggan, and they struggled with Duggan, man.
Do you think Michigan got fucked on that call? That wasn't called a touchdown? Was he in or was he not?
So I guess that's the hard thing to put in, because I didn't see the full play, and someone said he was bobbling the ball and got possession when he fell into the end zone, but when he sat down, is what they said, he was not in. So I don't know. I didn't see it. But what I do know is that the targeting at the end of the game should not have been targeting, because it shouldn't have happened. One, the ball was down. I mean, the fumble was down. They had somebody on that, and that ball just magically squirted out under a lineman. Nah, that ball was down. And 2, it was an illegal forward pass by the runner, or an illegal forward pass by the running back too. So it wouldn't have counted regardless. I don't know how anybody missed that, but that's what they do. And that's what people got to sit there and cry and bitch and moan about. You got beat. TCU was up pretty much all game by 14 the entire time. And yet Harbaugh not calling timeouts with 3 minutes to go and let the shit run down. It was some of the worst clock management I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Not one bit. I'm happy they lost.
And then Ohio State pretty much, had the game against Georgia. And then, Bennett went down, scored.
They choked too. But, I mean, Georgia showed also what they were made of as well.
Yep, they did.
They rolled right down, and, they scored the go-ahead. And Ohio State came right back down, and for as much as a good game that Ryan Day called and that CJ Stroud had, I mean, you saw what he did all game. So what happens after he has a 25-yard run?
Hand it off.
You run the ball right up the middle. It's like, why? You have 24 seconds left. You have the whole field.
Take the shot.
Timeouts. You don't even need to take the shot. Run a fucking 10-yard slant that they've been absolutely getting roasted on all game. It was like, it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, it was. It pissed
Well,
me off.
I did see that he may step back and not call plays next year. So
What?
I did see. So
What I've been asking for all year.
yep.
Again,
Hartline should be calling the plays.
that's what it sounds like is going to happen. But
Ryan
he's
he needs to manage that team. He doesn't.
he's a good motivator, and he's a good recruiter, and he's a good coach. He can't call plays.
Right.
When he called plays, he was great at that, because what was he doing? He was calling plays. He wasn't doing all this other bullshit, right? Urban was doing all that. Now he's doing everything else, and it's like, dude, just give that to somebody else. That's what he needs to do. So I hope he does. I really think that'll help out. Ohio State next year with a team it's going to be a little rough around the edges next year. I mean, they could lose 2 or 3 games next year, no doubt. You got Notre Dame at Notre Dame with potentially Sam Hartman going there. That's going to be tough, man. Notre Dame's going to be tough next year. You're not going to have that, again, slam dunk. No Bryce Young. And Alabama always has a quarterback somewhere, but the kid who came in when Young was hurt this year is not good. He's not that great.
Who do we have? Kyle McCord and who? At this point.
Oh, what's his name?
It should end up being a decent battle in the spring.
What are you talking about?
Our
quarterbacks for Ohio State?
Yeah. It's Kyle McCord, and I can't think of the other dude's name.
Art Schleister.
There is one more. I'm sure there'll be somebody else coming in as well.
Isn't that Lincoln's coming in, isn't he?
Yeah, Lincoln, that's his name. Lincoln
Kineholz,
Krantz, something like that. Starts with a K.
Because he was going to go to Washington and he flipped.
God, I almost put money on NC State tonight, and they are just smoking Duke. Damn it! Should have just done it.
Well, what's the score now?
It's like 81-54 with 2 minutes left.
Damn.
I got them they were +2 when the game started or something.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought about taking them straight. Damn, I should have.
All right, 9 minutes left, and there's 130 points. All right, 95 more to go. All right. So we got all that, and we got the, NCAA was good. Otherwise, I think, you'll appreciate this. So Bear, tell the people about your the cool pool you ran this year.
Yeah, so I had a nice college football pool that Parrot didn't get in because he's rude. And it was pick every bowl game by confidence. So 43 games. 42 of them have been played. We got one left. So right now, if Georgia wins, Gray will be my first annual college pick'em champion. If Georgia loses, he will be second.
By 2 points.
Isn't
that the standings right now? I'm just behind by 2 as we sit. Because nobody took TCU.
Yeah, no, not one person took TCU to win the national title. So if TCU wins, they stay the same. But if Georgia wins, which a lot of people took, obviously, that'll change. Just first and second. Third stays put no matter what happens. So,
but I'm happy either way. I'm making money.
Yeah, I mean, you're first or second, so you're good.
Well, if you're not first, you're last. So,
well, that's not true. Hell, you can be
there's
second,
always second, third,
fourth. Hell, you can be fifth.
But not in that. I don't want to be 4th or 5th. That doesn't pay out. So,
no. So you're going to make money. Hopefully the bigger money. I'm rooting for Georgia. I'm in another.
Because you're in the other
league. There's only 12 people in there, but it was $20 pull. So I'll would get 200 if I win that one. So I hope Georgia wins. And if Georgia doesn't win, I still which sucks now because I was guessing on Michigan, Georgia. So my points on that were 45, I think. And the dude who picked Michigan, who I'm tied with, picked 49 points. So I'm pretty much fucked. If unless it's a low scoring game. But yeah, rooting for Georgia.
Over under 62. So
yeah.
Are you doing any squares for the Natty or just a Super Bowl?
Probably just a Super Bowl. I got asked, but if Ohio State was in it or Michigan was in it, I probably would. But with Georgia TCU, you won't gain a lot of interest, so I'll just do the Super Bowl.
Yep. Well,
Devils just scored again, 3-0.
I saw that.
So updated standings. I'm at 103, 87, and 5, and have wrapped up the college football this year for the podcast championship. Got to add another title to the old thing here. I don't even know where the hell I store those anymore. I store them somewhere. Got to see where we're at. Podcast titles. Where do we have those? There we are. I'm at 22 now. B-Dub was 6, Bear with 9, Cody 4, Peapod 1, Parrot 1. You're there, Parrot. This is your year, Parrot. You're going to walk away with 3 titles in 2023.
No, I like my 0.
Well, we'll see. And then trivia is almost over too. Yeah, trivia ended. Is that over? Should add another title. I think I won that too.
Yep.
So make that 23. I'm sitting on Jordan. All right. So this week, the national championship is on Monday, and we've got Georgia -13 versus number 3 TCU. Give me TCU in the points. Georgia to win.
Yeah, give me the same. I think it's going to be a tight game, just like every TCU game has been this year. I mean, they haven't won by a lot, and some they haven't lost. They lost by 6 or whatever it was against Kansas State. So, yeah, I mean, TCU, the way they play, man, it scares me because they look kind of team of destiny like. But
haven't won since 1938.
They put a lot into that Michigan game. It was physical, so it's going to be tough against Georgia. It really is. So, which also we need a score from Cody, which I find to be absolute bullshit, really, because now he knows who's in it, so he can pick a score because he didn't in the beginning of the year. Or do we just say fuck it and not give it to him?
We'll give him a score, but we decide. Fuck him. What's the score that Cody would pick?
3-0.
I was going to say 3-6.
What did he pick?
He picked Notre Dame and Georgia.
Here, let's give him this score right here, 45-27. That's what he put for the Super Bowl. He does some wacky shit like that.
Yeah, and we won't do this. Will be closest. We're not doing this Price is Right bullshit.
No, it's closest.
Closest.
So we got 51 and 72.
So Dub and Cody have a shot for the national championship trophy. If Georgia wins, if TCU wins, none of us win. Shit.
Yeah, so 51 and 72. So we got a 21-point difference. So what's right there in the middle? 51, 72, 10 each way. Or no, I guess it would be 11, wouldn't it?
Yeah. 60.
No, yeah, so somebody wins.
Yeah, somebody
will win either way. So 62 and under, Cody. Or no, 61 and under, Cody, 62 and above, Dub.
Other way around, but yeah.
Or yeah, other way around. There you go. Cody's got the higher one. So we'll see what happens. I don't know who they're picking. Parrot, what are you taking?
And the points, I'm going TCU.
TCU. All right. And let's get into the NFL last week. Bear and myself, 11 and 4. Parrot, 12 and 3. Cody, 10 and 5. Dub, 10 and 5. What's the podcast looking like in the pick'em as we go into last week?
The podcast is. Oh, I'm a dumb. I got the wrong one up. So we are in third place.
Oh boy.
We are 2 games behind. Eric 2341 is 162 and 90. Run CMC is 161 and 89, and we are 160 and 91. So we're right there. We got a shot.
We got a shot. So we'll save it for the end. So let's do our picks this week. Saturday football. Chefs at Raiders.
I would take the Raiders with points because it's like 10. But I think the Chiefs end up winning. It's basically for the number 1 seed, so they got to win.
Chefs for me. Parrot.
Give me the Raiders.
Chefs for the podcast.
Yeah.
Titans at Jaguars.
Same thing. I think this is going to be tight, man. It's going to be a lot of Derrick Henry here, and can Jacksonville stop him? Who he's ran over Jacksonville a lot, which is why this game makes me nervous. But I think Doug Peterson, and their team is solid, and they go to the playoffs and win the AFC South.
I agree. Give me the Jags.
Jagging.
Yep, give me the Jags.
All right, Parrot. Ravens at Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals for me.
Yeah, Bengals at home.
Fucked out of a 1 seed.
Well, we'll get into that in a bit. Wouldn't say fucked. A guy almost died on the field. Bucks at Falcons.
Falcons. Bucks are going to rest everybody. They can't move anywhere. They're the 4th seed no matter what. So Falcons at home.
Yeah, agreed. Falcons, they're not moving anywhere. They are the 5 seed, 4 seed.
Yep.
Falcons. Parrot. Pats at Bills.
Give me the Bills.
Yeah, Bills are playing for tomorrow. Give me the Bills.
100%. Dub has no soul.
No, he doesn't. Vikings at Bears.
I was going to take the Bears until they said Justin Fields was out. And
Yeah,
now
right.
Nathan Peterman's the quarterback. So Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings.
And they can still technically be the 2 seed. So they got
Yeah, it's all whacked out. Like, I know if Philly loses and San Fran wins, San Fran's the 1. And then, but if Dallas wins, they would be the 2, right?
no.
If Dallas wins and Philly loses, Dallas is the 2.
Correct. And yes, if the Niners win, it doesn't matter. Dallas is the 2. It would be the 2 if
Philly lost.
win and Philly loses. But if the Niners lose and Philly lose, Dallas is the 1 seed.
But if Philly wins, we're the 5. Said and done.
Correct.
Yep.
New Jersey scored again. Bastards.
Yep. On power play. That's 4. Wings are going to score, so that'll be your half right there.
All right. Texans at Colts.
The most meaningless game of the week. Dude, the Texans. I don't know, man. I don't think the Colts with this whole Jeff Saturday thing are there, but I think the Texans also want to lose to get the number 1 pick. But Lovey came out and said that he doesn't care about the number 1 pick. He cares about winning football games, and these guys want to play for Lovey no matter what. They've been competitive, except last game. I can't imagine the Colts are going to play Jonathan Taylor or anyone of importance, so I'm going to go Texans. For the Colts to hurt their young guys.
Yeah. Who's starting for the Colts?
I think it's going to be Ellinger.
Texans.
Give me this Texans.
Jets at Dolphins. Dolphins need to win here.
Yeah, and Tua is not going to play. I assume Mike White still is. So give me the Jets, man.
Yeah.
They didn't have a good week last week.
Because Teddy's probably not playing either. Right? He's still hurt, isn't he?
He hurt his thumb, I think. So I don't know if he is or not, but I think the Jets are going to eliminate Miami.
So it's either Skyler or Teddy. All right, yeah, give me the Jets. What about you, Parrot?
The Jets.
Panthers at Saints.
Another nothing bowl. I'm just going to go Saints because they're at home. I think the Panthers are going to want to win for Wilkes, but he's not going to be coached next year for whatever dumb reason. They want hairball, so still like the Saints here.
Didn't they say the Broncos want to pay him like $20 million?
I guess the Carolina Panthers have actually been the only team who've reached out to him so far, according to the sources near Jim Harbaugh. So, but they've linked him to the Colts, Broncos, and Panthers so far, which I could see him going to Indy too.
Yep.
I mean, that's where he played.
Give me the Saints as well. They played well last week. Give me the Saints.
Yeah.
Browns and Steelers.
Steelers got to win. Browns here to play spoiler. I think Mike Tomlin again gets a winning season.
Agreed. Steelers finished 9-8, winning season for Tomlin. This would be what, 16?
Yeah.
Parrot?
Yep, I agree.
All right. Chargers at Broncos.
I assume the Chargers are going to play guys. I mean, I don't know. I think they're blocked where they're at. I think they're the 5th seed. That's a tough one. I'm going to go Broncos. I just can't imagine that they're going to play. I mean, the way Eckler, Allen, and Williams have been hurt all year, why risk it? So give me the Broncos.
Yeah, give me the Broncos.
I'm going to take the Chargers. It looks like they're not quite locked on the 5 yet. It's what I'm reading here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go the Chargers.
What needs to happen for them not to be there? I mean, they have to win, I assume. I mean, if they win, they're probably there.
Are approaching the regular season finale despite looking in the playoff spot. See great value in securing the highest seed possible, and a win over the Broncos on Sunday would give them the 5.
Who else? Who's the 6th seed right now?
Oh, let's see. NFL standings, playoffs.
Ravens.
Yes, Ravens. That's right. Ravens are the 6. All right. So, yeah, I'm taking the Chargers. All right. Giants at Eagles.
I'm going to stick with the Broncos because the Ravens play at 1:00. And if they lose, it won't matter. Okay. Go Eagles. I assume Hurts is going to be back. I mean, they have to win. They have to. They can't choke this away, can they?
No, I agree with you. Eagles.
Yeah, give me the Eagles.
This is what I need. All these differences from Dub. I just have to hope they go my way so I can beat him in NFL picks because I'm 3 games behind. All right, Cardinals at 49ers.
No, we still got all the playoffs to go. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, we got all that shit.
Niners.
69ers.
79ers.
Rams at Sea Chickens.
I think the Rams go into Seattle and upset the Seahawks to make the Sunday night game a meaningful game because the NFL is rigged. Because why else would they put the Lions and Packers on Sunday night? Because if the Seahawks win, there's only one team that can get in, and that's the Packers.
And that's the Packers. Yep. I'm going to go the Rams as well.
I'm going to take the Sea Chickens.
All right. Cowboys at Commanders.
I want to be a cowboy, baby.
Yeah, fucked up. Cowboys.
Yep.
And Lions at the old Fudgies.
Yeah, Fudgies. At home. Come on, man.
Lions for dub. Yeah, I'm not betting against Aaron Rodgers in this situation. Packers.
Even though the Lions are playing great, give me Rodgers and the Packers.
All right, Bear, we're up to 165. 240 left in the third.
What do you need?
225.
I mean,
needs 60 points in the next 15 minutes.
Cavs are only down 1, Bear.
Yeah, Jetty just hit a 3.
Chetty, damn, I didn't know he still played for him.
My buddy had the last leg of his parlay. He had the 76ers at 7.5 minus 7.5 before Embiid was out because he made it yesterday, and I told him to cash it out, and they were up by 12. I was like, you're good, and now they just went up by 1. They just blew it. So hopefully they get to overtime for you and blow them out there.
There we go. All right, so that's the NFL picks this week. We can talk about well, before we wrap this up, let's see if Jeremy's got trivia ready. See if he's ready. What are the updated standings?
Everyone's got 0.
Thank you.
It's 2023. We are all even, but I do need to make a new tab though. Let's see. So in 2020, let me go through really fast. So in 2020, when we played every week, Gray 745. I was in second with 679. Cody was in third with 665. Parrott had 252. Dub had 29. Wes had 7, and Jeff had 1. In 2021, we did not play as much. Gray 219. I was in second, 189. Cody 164. Parrott 61. Peapod 12. Wes Anderson 3. Shiv nothing. Dub nothing. And this last year, where we barely played even less. Gray with 132. Me in second with 110. Cody with, Dub in third with 78. Cody in fourth with 57. Parrott with 26. Peapod with 4. Jeremy with 4. Shiv and Brandon with 0.
So we started this in 2020.
Yep. And
damn, I'm 3-time defending champ.
You got like my NASCAR streak going.
Yeah, no shit. I get fucked every year.
I'm gonna renounce myself from trivia this year.
So you're gonna get points?
No, I'm not doing trivia this year.
Why
not?
Do trivia? You need to do trivia.
Yeah,
because
you gotta beat Cody.
Like a freaking dumbass, and I'm
No,
done with it.
You don't look like a dumbass. Wrestling, everybody knows that you don't know wrestling. That's no news to anybody.
Ooh, Cavs just tied the game.
Well, while he's doing that,
my trivia answer this year for everything is Hornswoggle.
Well, you might get 0. So this past week, Monday night, I was in the middle of playing a game and turn over, look at the TV. I'm like, the hell's going on? Talking to Parrott, talking to Bear, talking to Dub, and DeMar Hamlin makes a tackle on T. Higgins, looks normal, and stands up and then just collapses. And then we find out that, as the game was delayed and the ambulance came out, the medical staff was out there. He had did they call it officially a heart attack or cardiac arrest?
Cardiac arrest.
Yeah. So I had cardiac arrest. Obviously, they had to do CPR because he was not breathing. And
Twice.
Twice. They were putting him in the ambulance, had to bring the board back out to the ground to do CPR. And they got him back. I mean, he's still in an induced coma, right? Got a tube in his throat.
Tube,
yep. And but his vitals are looking good. His oxygen levels are getting better. But it was just something that we've never seen before.
Yep.
I know. Unfortunately, there's people out there that are more worried about, playoff seeding. The hell is that?
Well, hold on. Before you go into that part of it, just got to take a step back here and commend the whole Bengals and Bills organization and the, University of Cincinnati, and then all the EMTs and, everybody that was in this situation. I felt like there was everyone did a great job in handling this unprecedented situation. And I really think that both sides did a great job in doing that. And just happy with how, everybody responded in that situation from not only those two organizations, but around the whole NFL. And I saw that DeMar Hamlin's charity thing is up to over $6.5 million at this point. And before the injury, I think he had a couple thousand in there.
Yeah, his goal was 2,500. Now
Yep.
He's got $6.5 million.
Yep. So just great job for everyone involved, getting into the hospital, making sure everything was done good. And
there's one person that we can give a big fuck you to, and we know who that is.
which one?
Fuck you, Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit. So
there's another one out there too. I don't know. I can't remember his name right now, but it just some of the comments that were made were just ridiculous. Oh, like they're blaming T. Higgins for it, the whole thing essentially on national television. No.
T. Higgins did nothing wrong.
T. Higgins went to the hospital after the game and he sat there for over 24 straight hours in the hospital with them. Mm-hmm. He feels awful.
Bear, just an update. We got 183 on the 183 on the score of the game with 1 quarter to go. So they're averaging 61 per quarter. I need them to do that again and shoot me in the way over.
They just announced the Hall of Fame finalists for this year.
They did announce it.
Joe Thomas was in there, I saw.
Joe Thomas is?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, fit Joe Thomas. Isn't he like all ripped now?
Oh, yeah. Darrelle Revis, Joe Thomas, Dwight Freeney headline finalists for
those 3 are in.
Hall of Fame. Who else is in there? Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Willie Anderson, Torrey Holt, Andre Johnson, Jared Allen, DeMarcus Ware, Patrick Willis, Darren Woodson, Rondé Barber.
Ooh, nice step back. Ooh, Mitchell. Cavs up by 3.
88-85.
Yep. Nice.
So, DeMar, our thoughts go out to him. Something we've never seen. Hopefully we never see that again. Do you, I'm just hoping, brain functioning is going to be all right. Biggest thing I hope for now.
Yeah, I mean, Devil scored. Sorry, Parrot. It's 5-0.
Parrot just had to return. He dropped off his back. Parrot, it's 5-0.
Darn, I lost $1.
Could have got you a gumball.
No, I keep closing apps on my phone and it keeps shutting the Zoom off.
So, wonder what the Pacers and 76ers over-under was, because they're an OT now.
It was less than 240.
So, what do you think? Do you think they will end up just not playing the game altogether and calling it a tie or whatnot? Or do you think they're going to end up changing schedules and kind of taking away the Pro Bowl or rescheduling the Pro Bowl to get this game in? What do you guys kind of think about that?
Depends on what the Chiefs do this week.
If the Chiefs lose that game,
it depends on what. I think it depends on what happens in general. Because even if the Bills lose to the Patriots, then I don't think they'll play. If the Chiefs win. But yes, if the Chiefs lose on Saturday,
if the Chiefs win, there's no need for the Bengals and Bills to play because the Chiefs got the 1 seed, right?
Yes, the Chiefs will have the 1 seed if they win.
Yeah, I mean, so
what's the Bills' record? No, because
they're 12-3. The Bills would actually get it.
Yeah, the Bills beat them, right?
Oh yeah,
Bills would get it, so they'd have a meaningful game to play them. They beat them 24-20 this year.
Yeah, so regardless, they would have to.
The Bills want to play. Yeah, they'll want to play that game.
Well, yes, if they beat the Patriots, they have to beat the Patriots, which I'm sure they will, but
it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I mean,
Yep, and but we'll see what happens. Nobody knows. So, Bear, kind of tell us because you kind of know what's going on. So, what happens in fantasy football for this past week?
I mean, nothing. Everything stopped. Unless they decide to play, then it'll resume. But pretty much, I mean, if they don't, then that's it. If they don't, if they don't resume this game or if they end up postponing it, it's over. I mean, it's just like COVID or anything else like we had a couple of years ago where the same shit happened. You had to know who was playing and hope it didn't get canceled. You kind of have to play around it. So, sucks for people who need it. In our league, it really didn't matter.
Thank God.
But in another league I'm in, a dude's down 30 points right now in the championship game and has Burrow, Mixon, and Chase. And he's down by 30 points. So he's kind of complaining about it. And it's like, well, the only thing you can do if nothing happens, you got to split. Like, that's the easiest way to do it. Don't care. You have to split. You just have to. The one that sucks is the guy in third place, the third, fourth place game, which pays out money in this other league that I'm in. It's the same exact thing. All right, good. Cavs won. He was down by 5, I think, and has Josh Allen. I mean, so he's going to beat the guy, but he's got to split with him now because you don't know.
Yep.
So, yeah, it sucks. I mean, unfortunately, it is what it is, though. It's an unforeseen circumstance. But anyone can sit there and say, oh, yeah, well, I beat you, or this is what it says. How do you know that the very next play, Josh Allen doesn't break his leg? You have no idea. You don't know what's going to happen. So you can't say that you're going to win no matter what situation you're in.
Would it have been easier if they would have said this week's games that the Bills and Bengals play would count the points?
No, because it's not the same teams. I mean, it's
Sure.
not the same matchup. You can't, that would be like, and I'm honestly, if anything, it would hurt. Well, it probably hurts both teams because both teams are playing better defenses than the team that they're playing in themselves.
I don't know, man. The Bills defense is pretty good this year.
The Bills got roasted on that first drive like they were a high school team.
And they were about to get roasted on that second drive.
They were getting roasted on the second drive because that was a Higgins pass to the 40 of the Bills. I mean, they were gonna take it again down there, but again, it's totally different. So right. I mean, the Patriots are the best scoring defense in the NFL this year, and the Ravens are no slouches either. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see what they end up, what will be from this just in general going forward for next year in fantasy football. How do you handle it? Got to make some rule or something, but like we did, right? We added extra bench spots just in case of COVID 2 years ago. Yep. You just have to work and assume for some of this crap.
It happens. Nothing we can do about it. So, did we have anything else for sports this week? Is there a UFC event this week? Is there anything?
UFC isn't until next week, I think. Still 2 weeks.
Was it 283? Yeah, 2 weeks. Glover.
Do they have a fight night, or is it the pay-per-view? Is that the first one of the year?
Looks like we got a fight night on the 14th. That's the next one.
So there is one then before. So we have
Imavov and Gastelum.
Who?
Kelvin Gastelum and what is his name? Nasruddin Imavov.
I'll have to look him up.
Nasruddin Imavov. He is 12-3.
Okay. Gastelum should beat him, but should.
Yeah, we're gonna see. So that's it this week. Thanks to Wes Anderson, Hallwork Clothing, Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com, Crandall's Quality Landscaping, and Sparty Steve. As always, thoughts and prayers out to DeMar. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Adios from Bookie Bear. Pay your bets.
Bird.